and welcome to a dojo run on the Corsair. I've been promising to do this for a while, and I kept putting it off because, well, I said in the previous video that I put out, not last week, but the week before, the surprise box opening video where I was just a bit busy this month, well, last month, and continuing into this month till probably about halfway through. Yeah, so 2 weeks from now I'll be not as busy anymore, and then I'll be able to do a lot more of the stuff that I've been wanting to do. But yeah, so I figured I'd just take the time to do a quick dojo run on the Corsair. This isn't a perfect run. I screw up some of the doors. I'm recording this audio afterwards because I went back to training after recording this run. But yeah, so pretty much what I'd like to do is just, I'm not going to just have music playing and just have it as a dojo run. For those of you who just want to watch it for how Corsair dojo runs, you can turn the audio down, I guess. But it's just more of a discussion of what I've been up to, what I've been thinking, and what I've got planned for after 250 on the Xenon. So yeah, what I've been up to is just, I've been working full time, covering for someone who's gotten married and gone on their honeymoon, and her job is important to how the organization that I work for runs. So she was pretty much a stock controller, and I worked for my dad, and she worked directly like in line with him in terms of how their work relates. So he wanted me to do it. I tried to get out of it because I felt I didn't have the time to really put up with it with uni and everything else that I wanted to do in terms of like Maple and training, and because I'm not saying that like, oh, Maple came over work, but it was more like I was already working part-time, I was already doing my uni degree. I really didn't feel like doing 6 weeks of full-time work, even though the money is worth it. It's just very stressful at times, but the most stressful part of the job is over now, because we work on a, as most businesses do, there's an end of month, almost like sale count, like retail count, and there's targets you have to hit. So I had to make sure that our three brands that we sell, being BMW Mini and BMW Motorbikes Motorrad, all hit their targets, and it ended up like I was actually pretty stressed going into this previous week, but it ended up going pretty smoothly. So yeah, it worked out quite well. So now it's not as stressful. It's really just the downhill from now until the person gets back in 2 weeks' time. And then probably around that time I'll hit level 249, which will give me a lot of time to focus on 249 to 250. So I'll probably do 249 to 250 faster than I'll do 248 to 249, which, isn't so bad. It'll be nice to get it done, to be honest, but I might actually end up missing it. I feel I've been doing this for almost a year and a half now in terms of training on the Xenon almost religiously every week, a certain amount each day if possible. And yeah, it's going to feel weird not having to do it anymore, but I'll certainly have things like, link skill characters to work on and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I guess that segues into what I've really got planned for after 250. I want to start streaming more. Like, I know I keep saying that, I'm going to stream, but there were several factors that were really impacting on me being able to stream in the first place. My internet connection before anything else was pretty bad. A lot of you know, like, just the frame rate and everything that was just dropping. It really wasn't that great, and it was annoying a lot of people because it was either like rendering a lot or just generally slow. So I've moved on to a new internet plan. It should be faster now. Well, it should be steadier now, actually. It hasn't really increased in its speed, it's just more constant, which is probably helpful to keeping the stream at a decent quality. So I haven't tested anything recently because I don't really want to commit to it right now, but it's something that I'd like to build up towards doing. So when I'm done training, I'll just stream, like doing weekly boss runs, taking people on boss runs with me, because I'm not really looking to sell anything from RA or anything like that from now on, since not that there's not much money to make from it, but I don't really need the money. So I need to work out how to get money somewhere, but I'd rather just give people some free stuff and let them hang out with me as well. So I'll update you guys more on that as we get closer to it. We're still like a month away from me being really able to commit to that. But yeah, so in terms of making money and that sort of stuff, Nexon did something interesting recently. If you guys haven't heard, where they've changed the way that prepaid NX works. So through Karma coins, depending on the region that you live in, it will impact the amount you actually are able to charge. So I went and bought a 25k NX card before I actually saw this post, and it was on the same day that they made the announcement where if you live outside the United States and you buy a Karma coin NX card and you charge it, it will be impacted by well, I'm not really sure if it's a moving price or if it's a set price, but it's pretty much based around the fact that, well, what it is for Australians is the Australian dollar is a lot weaker to the US dollar now, so we get a lot less NX from buying 25k NX. So when I bought that 25k NX card, I spent $25 on it, but I was only able to charge 17.5k, so therefore I lost 7.5k NX, which is a bit harsh of Nexon to do, especially because the reason why they did this in the first place was to stop people in the US buying cheaper NX outside of the US, so through PC Game Supply, because through that they were able to get NX cheaper for, the same amount of money that they would really be buying it for. So they'd buy 25k NX and they'd not pay $25 for it, it'd be something lower. So I think that has really made me want to stop buying an X altogether. Like, I was thinking of cutting back, but now really I'm just going to focus on the real necessities, and what I define as necessities is really just pendant slots for both the Corsair and the Xenon, since they don't have perma second pendant slots, which is really frustrating because the old Corsair has it, but not the Xenon. I really should have thought about that more. But it's only 3.2k an X, per month, so it's not too bad, and you can really buy that in game if you really try hard enough. So yeah, I think I'm really going to cut back on the amount of NX that I'm buying, and I'm really disappointed that Nexon did this, because there were smarter ways around this which would have fixed more of the problem. Well, it would have addressed more issues than what this one's done, because what this one's done is you're really just handicapping a lot of people outside of the US who, to be fair, yes, the Australian dollar is roughly about, I think it was, it's averaged about 0.75 to $1, so it's like a lot lower. But there was a time when it was higher than the US dollar, and the only way we, as in Australians, got any benefits was through buying through the site. So when we bought NX in store, we were still paying the same amount as, Americans and Canadians and everyone else. So what they really should have done is made it region-based, because it's almost twofold, where one, it's pretty much equal to the current dollar value in that country that you're in, and two, it stops people from selling NX through the game. So in order to sell NX to someone, you'd pretty much have to be in the same country as them, or, and I know that would be hard to police, but you could just go it off wherever their IP is coming from, and then it would stop that person from charging an NX code that wasn't from the country that they're in. So therefore it would, pretty much prevent a couple of things from happening, and not really handicap people as a result of trying to prevent something else. So, I'm kind of disappointed that they did it, but I'm kind of happy that they did, because now it just gives me more reason to not buy an X. So it'll be interesting to see if Nexon really lose out from doing this, because while people, they'll always need an X, but if they're going to get lower for, really paying the same amount, it's a real turn-off for me. But yeah, that's the Dojo Run, guys. It wasn't perfect. I messed up on a couple of the doors, and with Fraps playing it, recording, it does cause a little bit of lag going through the doors, even more than it normally would. This is during the day, so of course, I won't get on the front page being a Corsair, but I'm happy with the 642 time. It's quite similar to what I used to get on my Xenon before I really upgraded. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and let me know what you think about the NX ratio changes, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.